Turn my headphones up. All right. It's 8:15 with the Trap Queen. 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 You know the vibes. Yeah, you know the vibes. What's up, beautiful people? It is IPG, Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content, with your boy Brillo, the plug. He over there, low-key iced out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
little something. BMF on the way, you know.
A little something, you know.
A little razzle dazzle. You know the vibes.
Just like the big homie on the screen. What did he say? What did the great 50 Cent say? I teach you how to study. I ain't gonna lie, I was heavy on G Unit. Like,
they have you
on the chokehold. They have you on the chokehold. Oh man, that first CD.
It's a family affair. You see grandson and stepson right there.
Look at y'all in the all black. Y'all coordinated. Oh, look at the little cute little family photo. Oh, let's see who's up in here. Hey, Dario, DeMarcus, Mr. Jones, what's up? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming through. Before we get into it, of course, you already know what to do. Please make sure you liking this video and subscribing if you're not already a subscriber. I mean, if you love power, anything power, I mean, we got all the books. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a 5. We'll see. I mean, I still think they can muster up another installment. And I'm sorry, Tate, but we could figure out something else with somebody else. But yes, Power Season 3, Episode 8. I have a lot of questions, so I'm definitely ready to get into it. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's start, man, because your boy Tommy, he had a rough night, okay? And Milan, you know, of course, he awakens him with the dog. I'm really just looking back, and the Milan, everything he's doing is pure intimidation and manipulation. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, he may be like the best plug / low-key villain. Like, just the calculation. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Lobos. Like, he was funny, you know, just witty, but Milan, like,
Milan's press game was on a whole nother level. Like, his press game was on a whole nother level. Waking Tommy up with the dogs barking, but at this point in Tommy's life, he like, he don't really care, and that's why Milan is so intrigued by him, and that's why this episode, Tommy, it was laying the groundwork for him. Tommy was not as dumb as we thought he was, so they always sprinkle a little bit, but we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, they were, I don't know, they will like push Tommy 2 steps forward and then like a step back, then 3 steps. Like, it felt like a whole line dance. Like, I'm like, come on, like.
Yeah, one of the funniest scenes to me. I rewinded this scene like 4 or 5 times. Not this one, but I know you're probably gonna talk about it.
I think I know what you're talking about. You talking about Angela?
No, before that.
Okay, we'll get into. Just let me know. I'm sure I got a screenshot of it. But yeah, Milan pretty much is letting him know, like, you know, I respect your decision, because Tommy was supposed to kill Father Callahan. He didn't do it. And he, like you said, he respected Tommy, his decision. And, you know, he thinks he's going to be valuable to him. So that's why Milan is keeping Tommy around. But he eventually let him go. He was like, I'm going to have, I forgot her name, but old girl that Gold Star was dead. He said, I'm going to have her patch you up and you go on your merry way. I said, old girl, just a chameleon.
Man. Hey, Tommy don't really got no problem with Milan, honestly.
No, like the only reason why, well, not the only reason why, but Ghost's issue, he's trying to get out of the game. Like, Tommy was ready to fall in line because he needed another plug. But whatever. So, of course, Sandoval, he's unraveling a little bit. He meets up with Lobos' guy. He still don't know Lobos is dead. And he's like, bro, where's Lobos? And Sandoval was like, I got him an option to escape. Beyond that, I don't know what the hell going on with your boy Lobos, even though he knows Lobos is dead. So he was like, all right, I need the phone. Like, I need the phone. They're looking for us. Like, give me your phone. He was like, you give me a way out. I need a plane and some money. Why is that always like, I don't know why. It was like the 90s and 2000s. That was always the getaway plan. I need a plane with some fuel.
Why you don't have it already? You should already have a passport and a way to get up in
Exactly. Exactly. Unless, I don't know if they have any special things with Mexico, since they're our neighbors or what have you. I don't know if he had like a temporary situation. Who knows? But yeah, he had your boy hemmed up. Hey, Samira, what's up? Thank you for coming through. So, of course, Ghost goes to Tommy's house because he's like, I've been trying to reach you. Like, what's going on? So he notices Tommy's a little bruised up. Of course, they pretty much catch each other up. He tells Tommy, like, Lamont, oh, Lord, Lamont. Milan came to the house, threatened the kids. And of course, every time the kids is mentioned, you could always hear like that dialogue from Tommy, not the kids. Like you can tell it was intentional to make sure Tommy was always showing concern for the kids. Of course, those was God babies or what have you. But he was like, okay, the feds is on us. Like, we need to go ahead and get together and kill Milan because we got a lot going on. We need to go ahead and get this in the bud. We need to meet with Milan's boy because he's our missing link. If we give him up to the feds, we're in the clear. And he was out. I ain't trying to get Angela no clear. He was like, well, we all linked together. Like, if she clear, we clear, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, Tommy's like, all right, I'll call him. Meanwhile, Angela's at work trying to do surveillance on James. And she sees, of course, he's being very intentional at the hotel, making sure he was seen at the hotel. But what do you feel about like this episode so far? Like, what are they?
Angela's getting on my nerve. Of course, she was such a bird this episode. Her whole plays, like, I forgot about that. It was not a good look. Definitely not a good look. But yeah, she running scared. So she did a couple things to make me like,
yeah.
I had actually forgot about. She was definitely trash this episode.
Yeah, it was a couple parts where I was like, oof, awkward. But yeah, Bibedo, okay, he over there and was like, dang, my deal dead. And then, of course, Lobos is no longer an option. So they're still trying to convince him to give up Ghost. And he was like, nah, son, like, F y'all, like, if y'all could protect Lobos, y'all for damn sure can't protect me.
Exactly. He shouldn't be saying nothing to anybody anyway.
Exactly. So he was like, nah, son, a deal on the table. Of course, I have to ask you this. Yesterday on your live, which was the finale of Not Another Born Live. Please check it out if you haven't. But you had your top 10 sucker simps. Greg Knox was number 1. Can you please just give me like a sentence or two as to why he was number 1 over everybody else?
Because Greg Knox was willing to do anything to get his get back from Angela, and which even led to him getting himself killed. Couldn't follow directions, couldn't let it go, became super cop. Even though he was 100% right on all of his stuff, it was just his whole energy. He was doing it for Angela. He always looked like he wanted to cry. He was so in love, like just straight, just the definition of a sucker.
No, I always wanted to look like he was wanting to cry. Oh, man.
Right now, he look sad right now, like.
He's definitely giving me like R&B cover vibes, like just a little sad puppet dog. Oh Lord, oh well, Greg, better luck next time. So Dre is just always thirsty to get some action in. He was like, Ghost, like Milana, he was in your house, like what's up? Like what we gotta do? And he was like, calm down, bro. Like we ain't talking shop up in here. Like we only talking business about the club. Like calm down. So Ghost, he's showing his lip a little bit. So Dre is noticing. So when Ghost leaves the room, he texts Kanan, you right, Milan got Ghost spooked. So of course he's still playing both sides. And Dre, he does a couple of questionable things in this episode, but Is it me or is it like was you annoyed with Dre just
Yeah, Dre, like you said, pick a side. Like you are not dumb. You know you cannot roll with stepson. Come on now. Why not tell Ghost what's going on? Like that would make Ghost trust you more, right? Would it not? And then that would get you closer to what you're trying to be, which is, take his position.
yeah, there was so many times in this episode where I'm like, communicate, talk to you about your girl Tasha eventually, but I'm like, if we just all communicate, this pretty much was my whole gripe with Power. Of course, that's what makes the show, but it was just the lack of communication. We could clear up so many things, like, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, of course, we meet up with.
This is the thing we're talking about.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to go
So
ahead?
they meet up with Lobos number 2, and he gets to talking trash about Holly or whatever. First he pulled a gun out, Ghost come, and he don't know Lobos is still there. So he get to talking choppy about Holly. And so Tommy straight up smokes the dude, kills him. He was talking about the dog, were you crying? So Tommy claps him, turns his water off, empty the whole clip in him. Then Ghost like, man, why'd you do that? We could have got something out of him. He like, you know what? F this. I'm out. F Angela. Tell your chick if they come at her, stay solid. And I'm keeping this gun. Because he took the gun from Ghost. So he kept the gun, told him, man, F you, keep your girl solid. This dude had to go. Well, man, why I liked it, because Tommy was actually absolutely right. Why are you trying to press this dude for information? Tell your girl to stay solid. Simple as that.
His boo. Hey Moochie, what's up? How are you?
And last episode, you straight up killed Lobos that wasn't in the grave. Tommy told you effed that up, and it came back to bite you in this episode.
Yeah.
So you did the same thing Tommy did.
Exactly. They both was over emotional over their women's, okay? And they, just made impulsive moves. But yeah, when old boy, and thank you for reminding me, Mr. Jones. I don't know why when I get on going live, I be forgetting their characters' names, but yes, when Hugo started talking about that dog, I was like that meme, like, you don't effed up, don't you?
Right.
Like, you doing too much, bro. Like, you talking to right now, like, for real.
Hugo wasn't gonna say nothing anyway. He don't strike me as a type. He didn't seem shook at all. Like, they was gonna torture him. He wasn't gonna give up Lobos.
Hey Monique, how are you? Thank you for stopping by.
He wasn't gonna give up Sandoval. That's all he got.
Facts. Like, he had no options. Like, boy, you have no choice but to cooperate. Calm down. DeMarcus said Tommy did boss up this episode. Yes.
Definitely. A bunch of times.
So of course, Ghost gets a visit, and she was playing it real cool. She was like, I'll grant you immunity if you were to give up Angela Valdez. Okay, I know you helped. She helped you get your drug dealing friend Tommy out of a sticky situation. So come on, give up the goods. Of course, he played it cool.
This is why, I wouldn't, even though a lot of people say it, and technically he was a snitch for putting my stepson in jail. But if it's to further your criminal enterprise, it's part of the game to me. This would have been straight up snitching if he would have just told on Angela. They had to know he wasn't going to do that.
Of course not.
Like, who was Felipe Lobos again?
Yeah. He be playing this move like, who? Oh, I don't know why. I can't think of his character name, but I'm going to call him Jackie Jr., okay? So Ghost presses Jackie Jr. He's a detective on this show. And he's pretty much trying to get information on this Drina cigarettes, okay? Because that's his only link possibly to, tap into Milan and his organization so he can, of course, get back at Milan and eventually kill him. But he was like, I got some guys. I love the mob. They was like, I always know, like, I got a guy. I know a guy. I got a guy. He was like, just me and you. I don't need no other people finding out. because we already know Milan got ears, feet, nose, eyes to the streets, okay? And so he was like, all right, I'm gonna get back with you. I'm gonna do some research, but you're gonna have to start doing a lot of drinking if you want some people to start talking, because there's some bars, that I know that kind of sells these cigarettes. And then Angela visits Tasha.
Straight up irritated me. I'm like,
Go
this
ahead.
Angela running scared. She up in the penthouse again, telling Tasha to get her story together, asking about Tommy. She's just doing too much. Like, it irritated me.
Yeah, like you have the audacity to be coming up to my one, and Tasha made a good point. Like, suppose you was followed. Like, are we not taking any precautions? Like, it doesn't look good for you to be taking like unrecorded visits to, they're not really suspects, but like, come on.
Still, like, what are you doing?
She has the audacity, I swear. So of course, Tasha, she's playing it smooth, and she's telling, her like, Ghost was with me the whole time. We had sex, okay? And she was like, well, does Tommy have a good alibi? And she was like, well, I don't know, I ain't his babysitter. But then, she's thought about it. She was like, yeah, he was probably with his mom in Long Island. So of course, she goes ahead and texts Tommy like, we got a situation here. So of course, they're trying to, get their little stories together. But Angela was getting on my nerves. But I really wasn't mad that she was trying to seal this thing up, but I just feel like the way she went about it, I don't know, it was just kind of a low-key reckless to me.
They don't got nothing. They don't have nothing. Just like Tommy said.
She ain't about that life.
They don't have nothing. If they had something, you would be in cuffs.
That is facts. And she
all you gotta do is just play dumb. And you actually knocked the mold. I would not be worried about this if I was her. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You for real, not the mold, and they don't really have nothing on you. You should know that by being a super cop.
But you made an error. You said she should play dumb. I don't think she need to play dumb because she already done.
Right. Yeah. Right, exactly.
Just be yourself, girl. Be yourself. Oh, Lord. So Milan takes Tommy to the promised land. We go to the warehouse. We see all the product. And Milan, I don't know. This kind of bothered me because one, Pitar, I believe, he asked, Milan, like, do you feel safe? Like, is this right? Bring him here? Like, because we already know the Serbs, they all about the Serbs. Like, we not trying to be multicultural up in here. And so he was like, pipe down. Like, I got a plan. So, of course, meanwhile, Tommy's getting the text from Tasha about, the whole problem situation. And I just love how people be multitasking, okay, in power. But Milan pretty much is laying out this plan to set up shop for these pills like crack houses. And Tommy was like, no, the people that's going to be using these products and these drugs, they're like top-notch clientele. Yeah, like, you need to be mobile.
He's schooling Milan, showing that he's, smart, so to speak. Well, he definitely know how to hustle. So
yeah, but sorry.
No, I was just saying, basically, school Milan in the way they do business, which Milan knows already. He just was testing Tommy, basically. That's why I didn't understand why, like, Ghost was like, you told him about our system. Man, he already got you in a complete blender. Like, he know everything. Tommy just broke it down like, look, we need to just have them higher level clients. He's going to be dropped off to their house like FedEx, basically. Couriers that can blend in.
Exactly.
That's not really no secrets of the trade. That's just common sense.
Exactly. Shout out to Liliana. I just thought about her.
Right.
But and that was the thing. I'm like, Milan, you a whole plug like that. I don't know if he was playing in our face with Tommy when it came to that little plan, but I'm like, come on, you're a whole
plug. It might be different in his country, or like how they doing it,
I guess.
He probably couldn't see the vision, like, that was a nice little play, or it could have been a test to see if Tommy was smart.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out his angle because I'm like, what they doing over there? Across the pond. All right. Because I don't know if I ever seen a whole like a crack house on TV. Like they never showed a crack house on Top Boy, did they? I don't think so. They just kind of like have places they would set up shop. Mr. Jones, what's up? He asked, who's worse, Reek's girls or Ghost chicks? Every chick Reek dealt with that has crossed him: Destiny, Effie, Lauren, then Diana.
Ghost. He ain't deal with no cops, no feds. Angela was a headache from the first time. Tariq, you really been taking dubs, like.
Yeah. Yeah, Destiny pissed me off because I liked her. I feel like right now, at least Ghost, but Tariq's story is still evolving. So I definitely feel like there's a lot more room for Effie and Diana. I don't know if Destiny ever come back, but yeah, they definitely have a lot of room to cross Tariq and stress him out. Lauren, I feel that she's dead because it was kind of confirmed. So I'm just gonna put him out. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just thought about that whole Rolex situation. I'm getting the noise. Let me get off this question because that was goofy to me. That was real goofy. But yeah, Tommy is becoming a part of the crew, if you will, for now. What's up, Detroit? Thank you for coming through. All right, so this pissed me off, and I need your opinion. So your boy Kanan calls Dre. Dre is picking Tariq from school. He was like, "What's up? I can't talk long. I gotta take Tariq to Basketball City." You know, like, well, he said Ghost's kid. And he was like, just trying to get an update from Dre. But I'm like, Dre, why did you even say that? Like, do you think it was like on like, because when we get to the later scene, I'm like, he seemed like he didn't expect or want Kanan there, but I'm like, why would you even say that? You smart as hell, Dre. Like,
it's dumb. Just talking too much. Like, not expecting Kanan to press that hard. I don't know why, but
I don't know. And I'm thinking about it. Maybe he wanted to also show like I'm around this kid a lot. Ghost trust me.
Yeah.
I'm valuable. I'm hoping because I'm like, why the hell you say that? You ain't had to say all that, bruh. But he was like, okay, all right, get off the phone. Then Angela goes to Long Island to talk and press Kate. And I'm sorry, y'all know I love me some Kate. Oh, I love Kate. Toxic as she want to be. But she's trying to get an alibi out of Tommy, and she was mostly prepared, but she got caught up a little bit. But then Tommy appears, and of course you could tell Angie was scared as hell of Tommy, and I loved it. I mean, eventually it started to come to fruition as to why. But he was like, you and Ghost gonna have matching jumpsuits. Like, y'all the ones that done effed up. Like, I'm not a part of this. But it was hilarious to me. Like, was this funny to you? Because it was funny to me.
Of course, because he just put her right in her place, told her what it was. Like, be cool. Basically. Or you a ghost. Like, it don't really get him.
Facts. Hey, Tamika, what's up? That's my fellow Capricorn. Her birthday coming up, my birthday coming up. So, Capricorn season is the midst. All right. So, this is the scene I was referring to. Your boy Kanan pops up at Basketball City while Tariq and Dre are shooting hoops, and he's sending Dre the whole time. He's going to give Dre some money to get him and Tariq something to drink. Talking about, oh, go get something for yourself. Sorry. This shit is hilarious. And so, of course, Dre is low-key introducing, he's kind of forced to introduce Kanan and Tariq. And so, they're talking about ball. And it was just so funny to me because Tariq was like, he learned how to play ball because Kanan asked him, like, would you learn? He was like, my friend Sean, he, taught me before he, died or got killed. And he was like, yeah, I used to play ball with Sean too. I'm just like, this nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it was instant chemistry, instant bond with my stepson and grandson first met each other at this basketball ring. Instant kinship, instant fellowship. It didn't really take much. When I first watched this, I couldn't understand, like, why was Tariq, what I'm saying? Why did he trust Kanan off rip? It was because of two things. Kanan really didn't lie to him. He only lied to him about his name. Basically, that was it. Kanan told him the truth, and And it just made him hate Ghost worse because now he like, man, like I don't know nothing about this dude. Think about it. If you find out your parent, everything that they said to you was a lie, and they like this complete different person, like a cold-blooded killer, like you're gonna be looking side, you're gonna be side-eyeing your parent. Like tomorrow, if you found out your mom was a hit woman, you're gonna be side-eyeing your mom or your dad, like, damn, mom, you was a hit woman. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I
No,
could.
I feel you. And funny you say that. Well, I have a family member that was a hitman, and I knew quite early in life, like way before Tariq's age, like I already knew what the people in my family was about. And a lot of that stuff I didn't have to be told because it was, in my face. Even though I was protected, I still just had the wherewithal, like, oh, I know what's going on here. Like,
right. Plus, Kanan was straight manipulating him,
facts.
And Tariq want to feel like the big man, so he went along with it, and they actually started to like each other, and that's how it began.
Facts. So, so they started talking. Tariq, he's questioning Kanan about the glove. Of course, he brushes it off. Of course, Dre was like, "We gotta go." So he takes Tariq in. Before they leave, Kanan, notices Tariq's
very perceptive, very perceptive.
Exactly. I love the attention to detail. Because he did proposition like maybe we should play ball sometime. Like come on, we could be buddies. I'm like, I don't know, just as like what is he like 14 or so on the show right now? Like if a grown ass man, I don't know, I just would be suspect. You remember how Michael was of Cuddy? Was it Cuddy? I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. It wasn't Cuddy.
Mike from the streets though. And he grew up not trusting people. His mama was a
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? He's sheltered as ever.
You right. You right.
You gonna trust him? Like, okay, Dre is cool. He worked with my dad. He's not doing nothing.
Right.
He's friends with Dre, and he know my dad. They're their family.
That's
sure,
right.
I'll hop in the car with you. right up.
You're right. That's facts. I'm thinking from a whole nother perspective. I forgot to read these shows.
Mike was seasoned. He knew not to trust nobody.
You're right. But I just feel like, dang, Tariq, come on now. You ain't watch no TV? Like, come on. You play video games. Like, I just feel like, what you been watching? Cartoons for your whole life? I mean, yes, DeMarcus
his father saved his life.
All right. Let's move on because I'm aggravated. Oh, this scene was funny as fuck. Well, I'm gonna tell Ghost like I kind of want to talk to you about something. He's like, I don't got time. I got things to do. Lo and behold, Milan was like, you got time today, bro, and go see his whole organization.
This is what I think. Like Milan, he pressing too hard because now you're just doing stuff to be irritating.
Yeah.
So it's like you just want to take this man's soul. Like this is kind of why I'm like, okay, like he was pressing way too hard. That's why they couldn't let this dude stick around for longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, tone it down a little bit.
Yeah,
he ain't giving this man no choice but to kill you.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're not making him want to work with you. Like, come on, dog. He already infiltrated his business. Now you just want to make his life hell. You got no reason not to try to kill you. Lighten up.
Like for real. Like
make him see how working with you could be something totally different. And he that's just why I look at it like, damn, Ron.
I can't. It's like one of those, like if you have a corporate or a 9-to-5 or another, one of those like just overbearing bosses, like micromanagement. Like I can't.
Let me finish the job. I gotta stand over my shoulder.
Like you right here, bro. Like I can type but so fast. Like, dang. Anywho. So yes, we see, the whole crew, they all position. And of course, this is definitely giving me New Jack City vibes with Tommy just introducing the whole like plan to the crew. Like, this will change your life. We about to change the game with these little pills. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, it was kind of funny but cheesy at the same time. But
definitely. It was a good idea, but I'm like, he pressing way too hard. It kind of was point out the goofy kind of because damn, like you gonna tell these dudes that they gotta cop this new drug from you? Like I was damn near with Viva though. Like
No
what?
facts.
How you gonna tell me what to spend my money on? But hey, you saw what happened.
Facts. And yes, I do want to mention that Vivido came back in the picture. And yeah, he's over there, taking his position back. And he was trying to stun his number two because, of course, he wasn't even aware that he was back. And he tried to, just, I'll have a Coke or, try to sit him off to get a drink. I'm like, come on, you were just mopping floors. Pipe down. I need you to humble yourself a little bit, bro. You are not in the clear. But yeah, as you can see,
right,
Ghost was
put him back in his place quick.
Yes.
You rat.
But look at Ghost. Oh my God, this picture of Ghost is just hilarious to me. He just was stuck. We've never seen Ghost like this. This is sad. And Milan just over there, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like
he getting off on this punishing
yes.
Ghost, which was like, bro, you could have set down a plan, kept your soldiers there, and just got out of town. Like, what are you just getting off on this? Like,
yeah, he's definitely getting off. I feel like I don't want to say jealousy, but I feel like he just, I don't know, like he just felt the way about Ghost and he just wanted to teach him a lesson. He wanted to spank him a few times. But yes, we're having this meeting. And Chin, he was like, I don't think we should have to sell pills too. I'm just fine with the Coke. Bruh, pipe down, pump your brakes. I don't want to do this little deal. And of course, Milan had like a little subtle move in the neck and be charged. And of course, no more Chin. And so it was asking, do anybody else got a problem? And, of course, they was like, nah, we straight, bro. Like, all right, we gonna sell the pills. We gonna sell. But Ghost got in the car with Tommy. He was so shook. He was like, he coming in the truth, having premiere meetings. He killing people. Like, Tommy was like, calm down, bro, relax. Like, that's bad when Tommy got to tell Ghost to calm down.
Right. That's another thing. That's how you know it's all bad. Yeah, this is a bad season for Ghost.
Oh my God. The blender is on full speed. Oh, Ghost is pretty much a smoothie at this point. And then this man just made it his business. Go ahead.
He irritating me a little bit. He pressing Tasha, trying to find out how he watching it. Why do you care how he watching this month? Like, I like Milan, but he was irritating me.
Yeah, this part I'm like, okay,
you doing man?
He's definitely doing too much. And he was, he kind of made it seem like he kind of mentioned like he wanted to see how much Tasha knew and how much Ghost told her. But yeah, he was like, oh, I see you over here washing money. Oh, your husband don't know about this? But she was like, trying to brush him off. Like he was like, I'm not dangerous to your friend. Like she's good. Like y'all good. She was like, all right, just Milan, just go. And so of course Keisha, she over there snooping. She confronts Tasha. She's like, oh, you turning my business into a front. She was like, sorry, Keisha, you weren't supposed to find out. So they get into an argument. That was foul though. Like at this point, Keisha ain't did nothing to you like that, Tasha. Like, come on. You corrupted this girl's whole business.
It was dirty as ever.
Like, why not start on your own?
Doing her thing. Now you implicated her. She threw not. Like, it was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Because the judge ain't trying to hear, I know. You going to jail.
Exactly. Like Tasha, you was lazy because you could have started your own business. That ain't hard. Right now, I mean, I don't know what it was, 2014, but you could start an LLC.
Before that, she should have been had a business. Why don't got no business?
Her business was at the store spending money at other people's businesses, getting bags. That was a business.
Yeah, like why she ain't doing that?
Why she ain't doing nothing? She over there making everybody's lives miserable. That's what she doing. She done effed up. Now I'm saying up the Ghost life because I'm gonna hold them both accountable. But you got your best friend in the mix. Like, come on, that's a hot ass mess, Tasha. Do better. So this was another hilarious scene to me. So Angie goes, well, she asked, Greg to come over. They meet in the lobby. She was like, I know you think I'm the mole. I'm not the mole, but I assure you, I am going to help you find out who the mole is. And goes out there being the creep outside, staking her place out. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, Ghost. You put him at number 10 as your top sucker sim. He need to be a little higher, I think. Like,
yeah, because Angela was a simp too, so.
Oh, so they cancel each other out.
Yeah. So that's what getting that 10.
I'm sorry, I didn't know the simp.
Plus, he just happened to see him there. I mean, I think he was trying to see like what she was on, and he just happened to catch what she was on.
Yeah, perfect timing. Meanwhile, Sandoval, he's out meeting, trying to meet up with Hugo. He don't know Hugo got clipped, and he had the man passport ready, like he was over there trying to do his due diligence to cover up himself being a mole. And of course, Hugo ain't show up. He did, okay? Oh my God. So I didn't include the picture, but Ghost went to the bar to do some research on Drina, the cigarettes. And this man is drunk. Look at your boy Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, he was in a catch-22 because he had to get back on the sauce to learn about the cigarettes, but he can't tip. Whatever. She all like, he's back drinking. Get out of my office. Go do something. What is she telling him at this point? Get out of here.
Yeah, she was like, you were supposed to be watching the kids. Like, wow, where was you at, Tasha, on the date? Like, hold up. Ghost was at the house, supposed to be watching the kid. Maybe she was at the shop. I'm going to say she was at the shop at the time. But that shop ain't open at 11 o'clock. Like, Tasha, what was you doing, girl? Let a sister know. Anywho, he pretty much tells her he's drinking because he's doing recon on Milan to get him back. Now, at this point, I feel like she should have told Ghost that Milan came to the shop. Am I missing something? Like, is there a perfectly good reason why she didn't communicate to Ghost that Milan came to the shop?
She dumb.
I was really going over it, like, being real rational. Like, okay, what is a good reason why she would keep this? This is one of the reasons why I'm like, communicate. Like, what would that have? Like, there was no cons to telling him, hey, yo, just to let you know, your boy Milan stopped. Well, I just got it. I just thought about it. He don't know that. Well, he don't know that Tasha's using it as a front.
Oh, yeah, that's why she ain't telling.
Yeah, okay. See, I had to talk it out. Okay, I get it now. Dang. That's what happened when you be lying in your marriages, okay? So, Tasha, she calls Tommy, was like, Ghost is planning something on Milan, and he's back drinking again. So, yeah, I need to let you know what's up. Now, do you agree that she should have told Tommy that he was planning something? Like, I'm always like 50-50 with some of these decisions.
What's going on? Like, no. She shouldn't have told. Why you telling? What's Tommy gonna do? Tommy damn near op right now. You don't even know. You don't even know because you're not in the loop. So stay in your lane.
Exactly. And DeMarcus, come on now. A restaurant is way too much work for Tasha St. Patrick. He gonna say Tasha could have owned a restaurant because she could cook. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some people who own restaurants that really just manage from afar. But most real owners, like, they really, not say real owners, but people that's really passionate about certain restaurants, like, they be up in there, like, grinding. But she could have owned a restaurant,
She could have probably had any business.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's go. Told her, look, here, go shopping. You don't have to do nothing. But still.
She wanted to be a housewife, I guess.
Nothing wrong with it, but damn. Yeah, go do that. Go do that. Go make Yaz and Raina and Tariq's lunch.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, even Rock had time to pack my stepson the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, She baked pies. She was cooking Sunday dinner. Like, she was on it. I give you that. Even though Tasha was cooking, she always hooked Tommy up with a meal. But yeah, do be productive, girl, because you're not doing much, right? So this is another funny part to me because Tommy's over there meeting with Milan. Of course, the I don't want to say the rumor because I feel like it was true, but it's been known that
I don't think it's one of those things like to make you tougher. Ain't no way you eating people.
I don't know now.
They should have confirmed it then.
But the way they made this spoon look in this bowl, like, like, bro, he was like, "Do you want some?" He was like, "Nah, I'm good." I don't know. I don't put nothing past nobody. So go ahead, eat your people, boy. Eat your people. I don't want no parts. So Kana pulls up to
Texas tea off that Waukesha. Got that grandson off the walk card.
Kana like a whole pedophile outside of Tariq's school.
He like, yeah, get some more. Got my grandson off the walk card.
So Kana, he goes to Tariq's school. Hey, I was just in the neighborhood. Oh, you always just in the neighborhood, bro. But anywho, he was like, you want to play some ball? He was like, well, I'm waiting on, Dre. He was like, oh, he your babysitter. So he's manipulating the hell out of Tariq at this point.
Manipulation.
Exactly. Exactly. So he was like, come on, let's go. He was like, all right. He thought about it for a second. So I feel like the smartness kicked in for a little bit, but he was like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and hang. And so he introduces Tariq to some lean. And at first he was like, I don't know. He was like, what, Dre gonna be coming with your sippy cup? He played into this man's head. Well, this boy head so bad. Hey, Tamika, what's up? How are you? So of course he was like, the first time, you try something, it may not be good, but keep trying it, little boy. So of course, they on a whole field trip, y'all. Meanwhile, Tasha asked, this team was a little weird to me. So she asked Keisha to take some money to prove to her employers that she's not going to snitch. And, Keisha, she was like, I ain't no snitch, but what you doing is effed up. So she asked her how much was in the bag. She was like, almost $500K. Man, what almost $500K mean? Like, if you try to buy me off, no, give me the whole 500. Like, don't be giving me 480. What you wanted to get you a bag? And how did Tasha get all that money?
Top of that, man.
What happened?
Tasha stuck. She took some of that out. She took about $30K out.
Put some in the bra. But no, like, first of all, where did she get this money from? Like, this is a thing. There's a few situations in this show where Tasha came up with some bread, but ended up being broke and destitute at the end. Like, I'm aggravated. Anywho, she, leaves before she does. So she apologizes to Keisha. And of course, Keisha goes to the back to, I guess, hide the money. And when she does, Tommy comes in after her. So, of course, it's this big, like, oh, my God, because Milan told Tommy to take care of Keisha, a.k.a., handle that. So it was very suspenseful at this point. I was like, oh, Tommy, you gonna kill Keisha? So do you want to talk about this scene?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite scenes.
Go ahead, break this down.
This one, he's telling them the story about Candyman. Oh, we're not on my channel. I can say his name. He's telling them the story about Breeze.
I don't want to say it either, but go ahead.
So he breaks it down the baby goes, and he like Breeze never saw it coming or whatever. Like they was gonna hurt him. He's like, nah, he never had time to be hurt. So right as he's putting the gun up to his head, Tariq tell him, like, man, I can't stand my father. When they just bond over that moment, like, and I think it made Kanan, it saved Tariq's life. It made Kanan like him more because they had something in common, parents that they didn't know that was just lying to them their entire lives. And they just share a bonding moment, and his hate for his father saved his life. Because Stepson was about to smoke grandson. Man.
Facts. Now, quick question, and I think I just answered it. I was like, this is hella dumb. Like, just because he said he hated his dad, that tells you to keep this boy alive. But now that I'm thinking about Raising Kanan, he was lied to by his moms. So, and of course, watching Power originally, you don't see the background. But now I'm like, okay, now that I have the background on small or teenage Kanan, I can see now how he can relate, but I'm still like, okay, if you got a mission, handle the mission, boy. But I'm going to let it just chalk it up to him just like, okay.
Yeah, he was looking in the mirror. It made sense to him.
Yeah.
His kid style. He liked the fact that, I guess that he, he was looking in the mirror basically. They had similar situations.
So. Yeah, but without Raising Kanan, I wouldn't have put all that background detail together. You see what I'm saying? Like, just watching it based on grown Kanan and what we've seen out of grown Kanan, it's like, okay, yeah, y'all bonding because y'all both hate ghosts, but if you plan on killing him, like,
right,
go ahead and do it. But maybe it's me. So, and I apologize. I actually meant to insert this, but I'm gonna just use this picture, okay? Because before this scene, or maybe after, I apologize, but there was a scene where Kanan and
they both crackheads. I already know where you're going with it.
Well, yes and no, because of course we're walking through the streets of Queens. Kanan is giving him like a little lesson on his dad and the history. But he told Tariq, like, yeah, your dad used to sell drugs too, blah, blah, blah. He was the baddest dope boy around. He told Tariq, I started selling drugs when I was 11 after school. And then, we used to sell Fat Alberts, which is 25 grams wrapped in aluminum foil, to my uncles, with plural, 2 uncles at least. So thinking back, like, really the writers, if they choose to, they can be on this, train of making, and I feel Lulu is going to be on crack or something eventually. But since he said since the age of 11, which we know that does not, coincide with Raising Kanan, they can really just spin this and disregard this scene as like Kanan could just be lying to Tariq to kind of, even though
that's what they'll do. That's what they'll do.
Yeah, because I'm like, this already don't match up with Raising Kanan, but they can, like I said, just say, hey, chalk it up to Kanan lying. But it doesn't really coincide with this because for the most part, he's been honest with Tariq. So, but that's what happens. Of course, they didn't foresee Raising Kanan at this point. So, going back, un momento, por favor. So, of course, we see your boy getting sauced up again, and he's really trying to, like, I didn't enjoy Drunk Ghost. I didn't enjoy Ghost and this whole Drina thing. Like, I don't know. Like, of course, it's part of the story, but I just really wasn't feeling it at all. But this is what we have to go through. And then Angie goes to Greg. She's pretty much playing him at this point. She was like, yes, I found out he does have an alibi. He was away with his wife, and I'm just feeling so stupid. And then, she pretends she's going to leave. She realizes, like, I got to go full throttle to make this man believe me. So they proceed to make mayonnaise love. And while they are doing so, she's over there staring at a picture of Ghost, aka James St. Patrick, on the bulletin board that obsessive Greg has. But she pretty much goes to the bathroom, and while she's in the bathroom, he texts Medina like, I think Angie is working with St. Patrick. I think we can get the both. So it's kind of low-key fire for the number one simp because he was up on it and he still got the draws.
Yeah, it was a bad look for Angela. Yeah. But he might could go down a spot off that one play.
Yeah, but I was like, ooh, he ain't fall for it for real, for real. So I did like that when I originally saw it. And then Ghost followed the bartender of the club to this spot. The bartender, goes in, boom, he about to leave because he was like, oh, I got Milan's spot. I'm sorry.
Oh, then Tommy pull up.
Yeah, he heard the vroom vroom. He was like, that kind of sound familiar. So he, saw Tommy get out. He was like, what the hell? Tommy told me he ain't know nothing about Lamont. I'm like, look, why am I calling him all types of names? Milan. But then he sees like, okay, like he greeting him at the door. Like, what's going on? So Ghost is feeling slighted. But that's your fault, Ghost. You're like, it's hard because Ghost is not communicating with Tommy about his plan. Well, he's trying to come up with a plan with Milan. And Tommy pressed him. Like, hey, if you planning something, let me know. Don't zig and don't tell me.
Should have told him because Tommy would have went along with the plan too. Like, I don't understand, Ghost. What are you doing, bro? Like,
this is
you
silly.
Don't trust Tommy. So you don't even need to. Why wouldn't you tell him? Like, that didn't make sense.
He didn't trust anyone. The only thing I feel is because he knows Tommy didn't want to get out the game and didn't. He pretty much still need a plug. So I think that's why you don't feel Tommy would have went along with it.
Tommy not gonna get you killed, bro. He's not gonna tell me not your plan. Even if he still want to sell dope, he not gonna pick selling dope over you, bro. He
killed his man.
You gotta know that.
He killed the
Ghost over Milan. Like, come on, man. Ghost don't know that.
He killed his
Move him up to number 9. We gonna have to read. This is a working, breathing document, as they say at work. This is a working, breathing document. That sucker sip because I'm switching some stuff around. Ghost might be in that number 1 spot.
Yeah, it's definitely ever changeable. We're gonna revisit your list when we finish the show. Because it may be some rearranging. But yes, that was pretty much it, you guys. Please let me know what grade you would give this episode based on what we discussed. I'm gonna give it it wasn't my favorite episode, even though it was a lot of funny parts.
I'll give it a C+.
Yeah, I was thinking more
it was a good episode, but maybe B- area.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna give it a good B-. It was cute, but it wasn't my favorite. I didn't enjoy Drunk Ghost, which reminds me that we want to see Jailed Ghost eventually, which that was annoying at some point.
I'm gonna have to struggle through them.
Yeah, I'm gonna struggle.
I hated it.
I hated that. It was just like, why y'all put me?
It wasn't that he was in there. They just had him in there for too long.
Yeah, it felt like half the season, but it probably wasn't that long.
At least 4 or 5 episodes, maybe even more than that. I know somebody know in the comments. How long was Ghost locked up?
Yeah, I think I don't know if it was DeMarcus. Somebody told us before. I can't remember, but it felt way too long. But yes, y'all.
Way too long.
We almost there, y'all. Episode 9 next week, of course. But tomorrow, come back to the trap because we got Brillo the Plug. PG, we are going to be discussing BMF. It's a little pre-game show. I got some questions, not a game show, but we just pre-gaming, okay? We talking about some things about the show, some questions that I have about what's going to happen. Are they going to stress me out? I don't know. But yes, please tune in tomorrow at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and check us out. And then
Terry looking like a sucker in the preview. I was out. Cut that rat tail out. I'm saying right now. Shout out to Southwest T, but got you looking like a sucker in the preview game, man.
Quick question: was Rat Tails big in Detroit, or was
yes,
it was
in that time period? Yes.
Okay, my cousin had one, but he was 5'6", and it was early 90s, so yeah, I wasn't sure.
Accurate. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Got in a fight for somebody pulled my jump.
I can imagine.
Yanked my tail. I fell off the chair. Everybody started laughing. It was over at that.
I just thought about Coming to America. He clip old boy. That'll be $8. Oh boy, but y'all, yes, your girl, I'm going to be reviewing BMF on Sunday mornings, okay? So at least for episode 1, check me out Sunday morning on the 8th at 11 a.m. And that's pretty much probably going to be my regular time. So yes, it'd be the morning after. So I like coming on in the morning and getting my frustrations out, even though BMF is actually going to be released on Friday, this Friday.
Yeah, I'm so mad they switched it up.
Yeah,
Man.
it's odd. They did
Yeah.
that with I don't know what show was that. P Valley. It was one of the other stars shows, and I feel like they're actually going to do that for book 2 because St. Patrick's Day falls on a Friday as well.
Yeah. Now, hopefully it's just that 1 week because
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just the first week,
cool,
and then it'll
cool.
resume.
Of course, I'm covering BMF. I'm probably gonna do it on Fridays at 8.
Okay.
8:05.
All
But
right. But y'all, thank y'all for coming through. Please make sure you're liking this video, all right? And yes, come through tomorrow, 9 o'clock. We're talking about BMF. Brillo, you have anything exciting going on over there?
Yeah. If y'all not doing nothing, come over for the classic pack, the JH review. Come over there and check us out at 9:30. We're gonna be doing that. Baby Boy, man, it's going up. Shout out to Melvin too, man. that's my guy, right? At first, I ain't like him, but now I'm like, call me Big Melvin. That dude's something different. You on mute, PG? You muted yourself.
Sorry, my bad. Not saying I feel you with the Melvin thing because I feel like it took some time for us to really get maybe grown.
Age,
Melvin wasn't trifling like we thought he was.
Melvin was a triple OG for real.
He was. I mean, he was beating on women's back in the day, so he don't get no cool points for that. He was kind of a shitty father, but we elevate, we grow. You know what I'm saying? I think he was treating his moms right. But I'm gonna be in the comments because I love Baby Boy. So please go over there. It's on Justin's channel, right?
Yeah, it's on Justin's channel.
Okay, the JH review. Please check them out at 9:30. And yes, lock in, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Holiday Heart for you. Oh, I cannot. What's that? I cannot. I can't.
Yeah,
I should review that because
you definitely played yourself with that one. No, I ain't gonna say he played himself. We did a phenomenal job. You know.
Oh, that was hilarious. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all. Well, you'll see Brillo in about 15 minutes. And of course, we'll be back in the trap tomorrow. Other than that, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Toodles.
Peace.